welcome to another At History Gems. Now, the year 2015 sees a lot of important anniversaries in English and occasionally British history as well, but I thought I'd start with the first one. The year is 1215, and that means the creation of Magna Carta. Now, Magna Carta is a great example of what actually happened isn't what's remembered to this day. The image is this creation of a document that ensures democracy and freedom of rights and a change of the political scenery of medieval England as the barons bring King John in check and ensure that his tyranny does not remain. And at Runnymede, they forced him to sign the document of Magna Carta. Well, pretty much everything I've just said isn't true. Allow me to explain. Firstly, there's the name. Magna Carta literally means Great Charter. It didn't really have a name. And as for King John signing things, well, he didn't sign anything, technically. It had a seal of King John at the bottom of it. And this was the result of King John losing a war against the barons because they were fed up with him making things up as he went along. So the important point about Magna Carta was it was a chance to show the king was not above the law. However, as soon as it was sealed, the Pope actually annulled it. And indeed, King John continued his war and started winning until he died rather suddenly in 1216. So the whole process of Magna Carta was ultimately doomed to begin with. What stops this becoming a completely forgotten medieval document was the fact that King John died so suddenly, and his 9-year-old son, Henry III, came to the throne and had to sign it again. Because he was in a weak position, Magna Carta was re-energized, rejuvenated, and rebroadcast, and that was the version that actually stuck. And as Henry ruled for over 50 years, there was enough time for the laws to become embedded. However, let's be clear, most of them had things to do with things like fisheries in the Thames, cattle, divorce proceedings. It wasn't a great democratic document. Magna Carta, then, was a first step, a faltering step towards a monarchy that was accountable to law and to the people in the society around them. Over the coming centuries, and it would take centuries, the British, and specifically the English monarchy, became entwined into the laws of the land. And that was important, so that by the time you get to the era of empire, you have places like Germany, France, Russia, the Ottoman Empire, still pretty much run the same way as medieval kings had been running their kingdoms. They were completely in control. Total power rested with the crown. But that was not the case in Britain. And it took a long time, but undeniably it started with Magna Carta. So it should be celebrated, it should absolutely be remembered, but it should be remembered for the right reasons. Thank you for watching. See you soon. Well, if you enjoyed that and wanted more confounding facts about history, you can always follow at History Gems on Twitter and on Facebook, where there are regular, almost daily updates. But if you want more, there is The Busy Person's Guide to British History, the book written by myself, Jem Deduccio, at History Gems, available on Amazon.